What's going on, Broncos Country? Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. Got a surprising couple of moves here made by the Denver Broncos right before we play the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up icon if you want a Broncos W. Now, I know that from the last video that we made, there was a lot of fans down in the comment section acting like the season was over. And I'm here to kind of explain to you that this season is the furthest thing from over. In fact, I'm very confident that this team can pull out a W this Sunday. And I'll tell you why coming up here in this episode. So let's talk about the two surprising moves that were made here from the Denver Broncos. The first one being activating Elijah Moore from the practice squad to the 53-man roster. Now, if you remember, I believe it was last week, the Broncos did the same thing with Caleb Lohner and Elijah Moore, but that notably, according to Elijah Moore, was just to get a game check, right? Elevate the player, let him get a game check. It's just a nice little gesture made by the Denver Broncos. This feels like it actually could use Elijah Moore's services on the field. And the reason I say that is because Troy Franklin looks like he's not going to play. You wouldn't activate someone who's a true slot wide receiver unless Troy Franklin was trending towards not playing. So having Elijah Moore in, actually, in my opinion, can be a little bit more beneficial. Excuse me. Nobody has seen Elijah Moore play for the Denver Broncos, specifically in this offense, right? Like, he gets released by the Buffalo Bills, picked up by the Denver Broncos, put on the practice squad all year. Now you insert him into the game, and he is a true slot wide receiver. That's where he's going to line up for the majority of his snaps. You can expect a lot of pre-snap motion. You can expect a lot of trickery in here and maybe some movement throughout pre-snap with Jarrett Stidham. And I think having every single, weapon that you can possibly have is definitely advantageous here without J.K. Dobbins and without Bo Nix. The other surprising move that we saw made here was that the Denver Broncos, maybe this isn't as surprising, but this is more so like positive trending here, is that Luke Wattenberg is going to end up playing. So all signs indicate towards Luke Wattenberg playing. All signs indicate that Elijah Moore is going to get into the game at some point, which is going to be very interesting because whenever the Broncos go five wide, you can expect here now that it's going to be Courtland Sutton, it's going to be Elijah Moore, it's going to be Pat Bryant, it's going to be Marvin Mims, and you could probably see RJ Harvey out there as well. You know, I'm sure you're going to see a bunch of different packages thrown here in the way of the Denver Broncos offense here, which notably, everybody was expecting to get J.K. Dobbins back. And I'm here to just kind of remind you guys, the Broncos went 7-1 without J.K. Dobbins. Granted, you had Bo Nix in the lineup, right? And I get that. I understand that everyone's going to look at that and go, well, we had Bo, so we didn't really necessarily need J.K. Dobbins. But we're talking about one game to get to Super Bowl 60. That's all it's going to take. And there's no film on Jarrett Stidham other than what we saw in the preseason. That's it. So Jarrett has the ability now to kind of unleash his talent in this game. And there's not much game planning that the New England Patriots can do other than what they already previously know about the Broncos, but notably with Bo Nix. So I think there's a little bit of, like I said in yesterday's episode, Sean Payton's ability now to flex his offensive mind and come up with a little bit more creativity. I would expect Marvin Mims to line up in the backfield. I would expect Evan Ingram to get a bunch of looks with Jarrett Stidham. He can line up in the slot as well. There are so many different weapons the Broncos can utilize, and even without Bo Nix and without J.K. Dobbins, who, okay, yeah, they're really great weapons. Bo Nix is your franchise quarterback. Not having Bo hurts. I realize that. But that doesn't mean that Jarrett Stidham can't give you one excellent game or two excellent games on their way to winning a Super Bowl. Nick Foles did it with the Philadelphia Eagles back in 2017. When Carson Wentz goes down, everybody panics because he's having an MVP-type season. And then Nick Foles comes in and boom, nothing misses a beat. Nothing. So I don't think that a lack of J.K. Dobbins, who we've won without already, And a lack of Bo Nix is going to kill the Broncos' chances to win a football game. Now, if you were to ask me if this injury to Bo would have happened back in week 9 and the Broncos were 8-1 or 7-2 at that point, and you were to ask me what are the Broncos' chances of making the Super Bowl, I would say in a sustained, longer season with a backup quarterback, it's probably not as probable. I mean, just look at the Indianapolis Colts this year. But to win 2 games, we can win 2 games. We can win 1 football game. So getting Elijah Moore activated at 53 at least indicates to me that, 1, we're probably not going to see Troy Franklin on the field. And 2, we're adding an extra weapon. This is why you went out and signed Elijah Moore to the practice squad. This is why you added that extra depth to your practice squad in case of emergency. Now, you're probably looking at the background setup here, and you're probably wondering, it's like, this is Moose's normal setup. Well, I'm actually at a buddy's house right now, the host of 49ers today, or the 49ers Report, and Eagles Now by Chat Sports, Chase Sr. He was gracious enough to let me stay at his place during the Dallas winter storm, as we're calling it. Snowmageddon here in Dallas. Actually, Ice-mageddon, for being more technical here. It's been nonstop terrible weather. 2 inches of ice, apparently, over the last 24 hours. So it's been pretty nasty. But I'm still here to give you guys great Broncos content. I'm going to be walking to the office tomorrow instead of driving, because Broncos football never sleeps. I never sleep. I'm ready to deliver a game to you guys. So let's just break down one more time a brief little preview before tomorrow, because, again, this is not the end of the season. And for every single person, every single fan that is saying we're cooked down in the comment section, or our one chance to win was with J.K. Dobbins, I think you guys are missing the bigger picture. I think you're being caught up as a prisoner of the moment. And you're looking at it going, we're playing a Patriots team that's already good against the run, and Drake May's been excellent. You are forgetting we have the home field advantage. We've got the crowd. We've got the elevation. The weather's going to be ice cold, and we've got a quarterback that has performed excellent this year. We're getting our starting center back. We're getting Pat Bryant back. It might be that we have to put our faith in the arm of Jarrett Stidham for this game. Without a J.K. Dobbins, you might not be able to rush the ball 23 times. Okay. Can you rush the ball effectively 15 to 20 times? Can you rush the ball effectively 12 to 18 times? What does it look like? And if you do have to put the faith in the arm of Jarrett Stidham, then so be it. But that's why having all of these extra weapons is advantageous. Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, now Elijah Moore, Evan Ingram. I mean, RJ Harvey is still an excellent weapon in the passing game. And we still have Jaleel McLaughlin. Tyler Bidet can come in and throw some pass blocks. I think we're going to be okay. Adam Troutman, notably, we can still utilize. There are so many little tiny chess pieces that we can move around here. Little tiny chess pieces. Pat Bryant, I don't know if I named Pat Bryant as well, but definitely Pat Bryant is an excellent weapon to get back, and somebody that in the intermediate passing game is going to be utilized to Jarrett's full advantage. Same with Evan Ingram. And then they're kind of mirrors of each other, believe it or not, Ingram and Pat Bryant. So I'm not worried about it. I have all the confidence in the world. I'm amped up. I'm excited about what we're going to see from Jarrett Stidham. I'm amped up and excited what we're going to see from this Broncos defense. And that's the last part of today's episode that I just kind of want to remind you about. This entire team's identity has been a defensive-led team. We've won 14 regular season games on the backbone of this defense. This pass rush, 68 sacks, led the NFL. This doesn't have to be a offensive fireworks show. We don't have to score 31 points in this game. Hell, we don't have to score 24 points in this game. If the defense can say, we're going to limit these guys to 17 points, can you score 20? Jarrett Stidham and company can score 20 points. It is entirely possible. So don't fret. Don't panic. Everything's going to be fine. And look, it's still a great season. even if the Broncos lose tomorrow. If it's close, if it's not close, we are still miles above where we need to be. We still have the Russell Wilson contract on the books. Free agency, I expect George Payton and Sean Payton to be hyper-aggressive, make plays for Breece Hall, maybe go after Alec Pierce. You could make a play at Mike Evans if you wanted to. George Pickens is on the market. I realize that Evans comes with injury concerns and Pickens with attitude concerns, but you understand my point. The Broncos have every opportunity to be extra assertive and aggressive in rebuilding this roster, which notably Sean Payton has done an excellent job of reconfiguring. So let's not panic. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Hit that thumbs up icon. Hit that subscribe button. Elijah Moore elevated. Luke Wattenberg coming back. Everything's going to be fine. All right, Broncos country, that's all I got for you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Mile high salute to end today's video. Be cool.